Mr. President, we don't want it to be killed. We just want a bit of modification. We don't want the bill killed, but it should be slight modifications. It's a necessary bill.
This is Natasha, in the chamber. You have to be recognized before you speak.
Oh, pardon me.
Yeah, we are not in a nightclub. But in the course of my talking to one of my distinguished sisters, that she should speak whenever she's recognized, I made reference to the fact that we are not in a nightclub where people have to shout above the noise of the music. And the social media went agog. I'm not on social media, but my wife called me that people got angry. They published her number and said people should occupy her. So she received over 2,000 to 3,000 phone calls a day. And then I tried to on one of my phones. I realized it was in the public. In fact, the phone crashed after about 3 hours. So I am very happy with the interest generated by Nigerians in what goes on in these chambers, because we are here to cater for their interests. And so for them to be so interested in what goes on here means that we are connecting with the people directly. And it would have been terrible if we were doing all this work and the people were not even aware of what we are doing. But the communication was totally misunderstood. Instead of taking it for the nature of what we said, that you should not shout when you are talking and not and speak when you are recognized, they went into private abuses. I don't want to say what they did to me, because what they did to me, I think I don't merit it. I was telling DSP that it's even the one they should be talking to, because in my tradition we marry only one wife. So they listed so many wives on social media, and at the end it will look as if the Senate president had or has so many wives. When indeed I'm reporting to my colleagues, I have only one, and I'm satisfied with that one. And she's a beautiful and loving woman. I will not intentionally denigrate any woman. I have a wife, I have 4 daughters, and I always pray that God will lift a girl child to the highest zenith in Nigeria, politically and in business. I also want my children to do well. So, distinguished Senator Natasha, I want to apologize to you if you felt offended. If I had mentioned that we are not in the market, they will say I said you are a market woman. If I said that we are not in a nightclub where people shout above the noise of the music, they will say you went to nightclub. If I said you were not in a community meeting in the village, they will say Akpabio says Natasha is a village woman. For me, there is nothing I will say that will not be misunderstood. But the interest generated in the social media, people jumped in, shows that you have a lot of political enemies. It also shows that I do have enemies. All of us here contested elections with people. So whenever those people think that they are being brought down, they will jump up and they will say all sorts of things. I noticed even some of them that could not pass through Senate screenings went into the fray and abused the Senate president, abused you and all that. I don't know how you took it, but I felt that I should send a public apology to you over the miscommunication and the misunderstanding. So do accept my apologies, and my colleagues, or anybody who could have felt offended, accept my apologies. I did not mean any harm, and I did not mean what they are misinterpreting in the social media. And I hope this will come to an end. And people should concentrate on things that will move this country forward and not things that will divide us. So I hope the apology is accepted. Leader of the Senate.
So Senator Godswill Akpabio, the Senate President of Nigeria, has apologized to Senator Natasha Akpoti. In what happened last week, the senator from Kogi State, Natasha Akpoti, she was actually sponsoring a bill, and the bill was to pass the second reading. But seemed like majority of the senators, they were not in support of that bill. It seemed like that bill has to do with construction of bridge across the Niger Delta and all. So majority of the senators did not approve the bill, and Natasha Akpoti did not like the way the bill was handled and how it was trashed. So yes, she didn't follow the due protocol. She was not recognized before she stood up to challenge the decision of the Senate President. But the way Senator Godswill Akpabio addressed her was demeaning and insulting. Many of us have watched the video where he actually told her that in the chambers, in the Senate, she has to be recognized before she will speak. Which she said, pardon me, she also apologized. But again, Senator Godswill Akpabio said, we are not in a nightclub. So Gistlover took it. Gistlover is ready to call anybody out, whether it's the president, governor, whosoever you are, a Nigerian. Gistlover is ready to call you out without any fear without being afraid of anybody. So Gistlover published the number of Senator Godswill Akpabio, his wife, and his two side chicks. The Nigerians should call them and warn them. In fact, when I saw it, I thought that Gistlover is at it again. I was thinking that Gistlover is actually, it's not serious this time. How will he be able to get the number of Senator Godswill Akpabio, his wife, and his two side chicks? And people started calling. I tried actually saving the number, and the one I was saving is Senator Godswill Akpabio's number, and it showed that he is the owner of the number. Truecaller showed me that it's Senator Godswill Akpabio. And today, Senator Godswill Akpabio confirmed that was his number that Gistlover published. You begin to ask, how did Gistlover get Senator Godswill Akpabio's number? How did he get his wife's number and the number of his two side chicks? So this guy is on a whole new level. Many times the Nigerian police force have tried, the law enforcement agents have tried so many times to arrest Gistlover, arrest whosoever that is working with Gistlover, but they failed. Who then is Gistlover? I think a few days ago, or a week ago, or weeks ago, very dark black man believed that Gistlover is Tonto Dike, but it's not really Tonto Dike is not Gistlover. Gistlover is just an entity who gets information from various quarters. Gistlover has someone who is working for him at the Nigerian police, at the Nigerian army, at the Senate, House of Reps, Nollywood, everywhere. So when Gistlover wants to call you out, he will call you out, reveal everything about you. For Gistlover to get the Senate president to apologize means that Gistlover really is a big name. The man apologized at Gistlover because Gistlover demanded that he should apologize. Gistlover gave him 1 week to apologize. Maybe he actually called Gistlover's bluff. He called his bluff, thinking that Gistlover would not do anything. And Gistlover said if he did not apologize, he was going to put out his number in the social media space for people to start calling him. He did that. In the video, the Godswill Akpabio, revealed that his wife received more than 2,000 calls per day. And in fact, when he was trying to turn on his other phone, so many people called his number and the phone crashed. That's something, it's mind-blowing. So he has apologized, and he said he is happy that Nigerians are interested in what is happening at that house, in the chambers, in the House of Senate. Why won't we be interested when they are sponsoring bees upon this, bees upon that, bees of projects that's worth hundreds of thousands of naira, but they are budgeting billions for such bill, So what do you expect? How I wish Gistlover will continue this way. In fact, so many people are even demanding for Gistlover to release the number of governors, politicians, and all of that. That's why the Nigerian government, politicians, they are afraid of this upcoming protests. Look at what is happening in Kenya, and that's why they are dreading the date for the protest has already been released. 29th or so of this month of July, and they are already shaking. They are shaking already. They are afraid, but nothing is stopping Nigerian youths from carrying out peaceful protests against the untold hardship that this present APC government have brought to the country. Cost of food has increased, transportation. There is nothing that is the same as of January this year, 2024. The things you were buying at a particular price at January this year, we are not even talking about last year, 2023, before Tinubu became president. Everything has just increased, and the government is doing nothing to alleviate the suffering and the pain of the citizens. So for Gospel Akpabio to apologize, it means that anything that will go amiss going forward, we need to engage this lover to call anybody out and not just apologize, to do things right. If this lover can achieve this, if this lover can get the Senate president to apologize to Nigerians and to Senator Natasha Akpoti, I think it's not just getting them to apologize, it's to also call them out, to get them to do the right thing, get them to govern well, direct the affairs of the country well. I mean, a whole lot they need to do. So kudos to Gistlover, and I think Gistlover has done a wonderful work that many Nigerian news outlets couldn't do. In fact, most Nigerian news outlets, they actually take or maybe they get their news from Gistlover. When Gistlover will publish, all of them will pick it from there and publish. For senior president to acknowledge that his number was actually the one, his original number was the one that was put out there. So Gistlover is a name to reckon with. This guy is something else. To me, I think Gistlover has done a great job.